Welcome to Dark Hearts and True Crimes, where love stories can turn into horror stories, and where the people we trust most can become our greatest danger. Tonight, we go to the quiet town of Frederick, Colorado, a place that, in the summer of 2018, believed it was home to the perfect family. What no one knew was that behind the smiling photos and sweet words, something far darker was brewing. Shannan Watts was 34 years old, glowing with life, love, and anticipation. She had two beautiful little girls, Bella and Celeste, and was just weeks away from welcoming a baby boy. Her husband, Chris Watts, appeared to be the perfect partner, affectionate, devoted, the kind of man who proudly showed the world his family. To friends and neighbors, they were a dream, but photographs don't tell you everything. In the early hours of August 13th, Shannan returned home from a business trip. A close friend dropped her off. They said their goodbyes. It would be the last time anyone saw her alive. By morning, that friend couldn't reach her. Hours passed. Calls went unanswered. Shannan missed a doctor's appointment she'd been looking forward to. Worry became dread. When the friend arrived at the Watts home, she knocked. She called out. No answer. Police arrived. They found her purse still in the house, her phone, her car still in the garage. And yet, Shannan and the girls were gone. Chris appeared before news cameras, pleading for their safe return. His words were the kind you'd expect from a worried husband. But his eyes told another story. Calm, controlled, almost rehearsed. Detectives noticed it instantly. The investigation began to strip away the perfect husband image. They discovered Chris was having an affair. The marriage was not the picture of love it seemed. Under the relentless press of questioning, Chris faltered. His story shifted. And then came the confession. He told police that he and Shannan had argued, that she had confronted him about the affair. But that was not the whole truth. It wasn't even close. Chris had strangled his pregnant wife in their bedroom. When Bella and Celeste awoke to find their mother unresponsive, he told them she was just sleeping. Then, one by one, he smothered them both. In the pale light of morning, Chris loaded their bodies into his truck. He drove to an isolated oil field, where he buried Shannan in a shallow grave. The girls, he placed inside massive oil tanks, submerging them in the dark. His motive? To start a new life, unburdened by the family he had vowed to love. When the truth came out, the world recoiled. The man who had begged for their return had been the one to take them away. Chris Watts was sentenced to 5 life terms without the possibility of parole. Shannan's story lingers because it's more than just a tragedy. It is a betrayal so deep, so cruel, it's almost unthinkable. A reminder that sometimes the most dangerous place isn't the street outside. It's your own home. This is Dark Hearts and True Crimes. And this case is proof that the human heart can be a dangerous place. Because when love turns cold, it can become something else entirely. Something so dark, it destroys everything in its path.